Now we're going to tackle exporting your documents. In this particular case, I'm going to make an iOS icon for Quintal Designs, and I'm going to do it using Sketch's iOS icon template. I've got my queue here that I imported from an Illustrator file that I saved as an SVG. I'm going to go to File, New from Template, and iOS App Icon. I copy my queue. Close this document. Go ahead and paste the queue into here. Now, I'm not looking for a very complex icon. If anything, I want this to be purposely clean. If anything, I want this icon purposely clean. So I'm going to start off with a nice rounded rectangle. Now, I'm not exactly sure of the size here. So what I'm going to say is 512 by, say, 490. And I'll continue to snap that up until I think it's right. 460 I like a little bit better. And then the radius I'm going to open up. 40 seems good. You know what? I'm curious to try maybe 60 or so. I'm not entirely worried about it right now because the iOS icon template, because Apple will crop the sides for me. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a nice yellow, kind of a gold, if you will. I'm just going to send that backwards. Select that and send it backwards. In my queue, I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Make it white. Scale it up. Center it. And I have a second block down here. That's a lot more on the orange side of things. I'm going to turn off the borders. I'm feeling pretty good about this. So now I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste all of these versions and resize to fit appropriately. So I'm going to fast forward through that so you don't have to put up with it all. Here we go. In the export panel, I can choose which objects I want to export by themselves or include all the layers by default. I can also name the file, or I can use the export all command. When I say export, you can see some of these are named the same, like Spotlight, so they'll overwrite each other. But the export all command gave us all the sizes we needed for our iOS icon logo. Now, if it's not your fancy to use this sort of multi-template, what you can do is say, let's export the iPhone one alone. Well, along with the iPhone, I can check off export a @2x version. And when I say export now, I look in my Finder and I have iPhone, and that's the size of an iPhone icon, really small, and then iPhone @2x, which is the Retina version. So it exports Retina right out of the box, and it uses the vectors to size it perfectly. Exporting is super easy in Sketch, and I'm hoping that you're getting the theme that a lot of these things are pretty easy in Sketch. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit export all, and this time I'm going to choose PDF. Well, in the Finder, you can see a bunch of PDFs were generated, and all of them are really going to be full quality. You have some other export options too with the share button. You can directly email something, message, airdrop it to someone, share it on Twitter, Facebook, or even post it to Flickr. So there's plenty you can do when it comes to exporting.